Good evening, welcome to Odsal Stadium, Bradford, the home of the Bradford Bulls. Also the scene of the biggest rugby league crowd ever registered, 102,000 plus in the replay of the 1954 Challenge Cup, Halifax versus Warrington, and there was probably about 130,000 on the field. Saints first out on the pitch, just going through the fleur-de-lis majorettes who have been on entertaining the crowd before the match. The Saints side out there, coached by Eric Hughes. Their side for this evening, Steve Prescott at fullback, Joey Hayes, Andy Northey in for the injured Scott Gibbs, Paul Loughlin in at 4 with Anthony Sullivan, the leading or joint leading try scorer in the league, Carl Hammond and Bobby Golding the half-back pairing, Adam Fogarty, Kieran Cunningham and Bernard Dwyer. Bernard Dwyer there pictured, who's sensationally been put on the transfer list at his own request at £95,000. Ian Pickavance, Via Matautia and Chris Joint are the back three, and on the substitutes bench we have Phil Waring, David Lyon making his first appearance of the season. Obviously contractual problems for David with the Super League looming, with him having a good job and not wanting to give it up. Chris Morley and Apollo Perolini are the other two subs. Odsal just missing out on selection for the National Stadium, and believe you me, it would be a fantastic stadium if it was covered here, but obviously it's either between Manchester and London, and it looks as though Wembley's going to win again, doesn't it? It's a pity, but let's hope it could come up to Manchester. Anyway, the Bradford side for this evening, coached by Brian Smith. He's ringing the changes here at Odsal, and the side for Bradford Bulls this evening, Roger Simpson at fullback, Gary Christie, Carl Hall, Carlos Hassan and St John Ellis are the three quarters. No Paul Newlove, obviously rumoured speculation of him coming to St Helens. A few other clubs interested as well, but he's not playing tonight for whatever reason. Nathan Graham and Robbie Paul, who's captain for this evening, are the half-back pairing, and in the front row they've got Andy Ireland, Jason Donoghue and Eugene Bourneville. Simon Knox, Paul Medley and Alan Wilson make the back three. On the bench are John Scales, Darren Simpson, Brian McDermott and Alan Boothroyd. A big game here at Odsal, there's no danger about that. Saints in third position, Bradford in sixth. And Wigan winning the other night, did a demolition job on Castleford, and good win for the Broncos. They beat Halifax. They're obviously vying for top positions in the league. The huddle there as Saints there just have the team talk. It's Bobby Gold in centre field there on the centre spot. I wonder if they're talking about him. It always seems as though they always talk about Bobby when he's up there tossing up at the centre spot. But anyway, Saints brimmed full of confidence. Lowest winning score in the league is 35 points, and they've amassed 150 points for and 68 against in the last three games. On a good roll. Let's hope they can keep it up against Bradford this evening. But obviously Brian Smith, wily old campaigner, he's got to get his side psyched up, no doubt as he has. Get them G'd up, and they've got to get back in winning ways as well, haven't they? Bradford there to our right. Saints playing to the open end, the Speedway garage end, where they do when they have the Speedway here at Odsal. Your referee is Russell Smith. Derek Fox and Roy Powell from Bradford transferred this week to Featherstone Rovers. Foxy, he was at Featherstone for years, then came to Bradford with Peter Fox, but he doesn't fit in Brian Smith's plans, and he's gone back home, if you can say that. Ready for the kick-off. Russell Smith ready to get us underway. Bradford kick-off, and we're in for 80 minutes of pulsating action. Hammond takes it onto Loughlin. First man in, and he's playing well, is Paul Loughlin, the big man. Bradford will be moving up quickly. Bitterly cold evening. It's been bitterly cold all day. One of the coldest days we've had this year. But the lads will be out there on the pitch and want to get early touches of the ball. Cunningham scampering away. Solid tackling again by Bradford. They move up in a line. Bobby Golding chips it upfield. Roger Simpson, utility back, you can say. Simpson plays all over the place. Full back right through to number 6 and 7. Gary Christie has the possession. Carl Hammond quickly in. Donahue, attacked in half-back, onto Paul, who's captain for this evening, and he's an excellent footballer, is Robbie Paul. Bradford moving it quickly, Saints moving, and a great clamp tackle by Paul Loughlin. Clamped him man and ball. Saved Bradford spreading the ball out. What a good drive there. Nathan Graham breaking through. He'll have to be watched. Excellent half-back in the Bradford team this evening with Nathan Graham and Robbie Paul. But Bradford moving upfield right on the halfway line there, as you can see. The last tackle of this sequence of 6 for Bradford. Steve Prescott comes in. Just signed an extension to his contract, keeping him here to about 1998. And the pitch here at Oddsall, a credit to the groundsman, it's looking in excellent condition. Mind you, they don't have much water over here in Yorkshire. They have problems with the water situation, but the pitch is excellent. Ian Pickavance, well taken down by Eugene Bourneville, moves in quickly. Pickavance in a great vein of form. The Saints move it to the left. Moving it over to the Loughlin and Anthony Sullivan wing. Now they bring it centre field. Golding chips it downfield again. Deep kick, is it going to run touching goal? It certainly is. Just a bit too much beef on it. Maybe Saints playing with a little bit of breeze towards the Bradford try line. 2.5 minutes gone, no score at present. And Bradford in possession. Both teams had good wins last weekend in the Regal Trophy. Certainly Bradford, they kept a clean sheet against their opposition. Sheffield nilled them 22-0. And Saints had a good win at Cougar Park, as it's known. Robbie Paul. Deep in the Saints half. Jason Donahue, acting half-back, moves it right. Wilson, the loose forward, well clamped. 3 Saints tacklers move in. Defence is going to be paramount. Robbie Paul, will he put it to the air? He does. It's a tester. Joey Hayes moves in, Steve Prescott, but the ball's knocked back by Bradford. Simpson comes up with it. Simpson unrolls it, turns it inside to Hassan. Hassan creating the gap. Moves it up. Eugene Bourneville chips it through. Sullivan there. Can he take it? Well, he's under a bit of pressure. He's pushed down. And referee Russell Smith rules that, yes, as you can see there, good visual indication by referee Russell Smith that the shoulder has gone in and Bradford are penalised. Saints there, kick to touch, the main stand side here at Oddsall. And it would have been a great stadium here, Oddsall, fully covered and everything. It's a natural ball, and it's certainly a spectator's delight here if it was covered in. We won't have to put up with this next season, you know. Summer Rugby will have finished the fixtures by now, the league fixtures. I don't know how the Challenge Cup's going to work myself. But it'll be shorts and vest next season. Maybe long shorts here at Oddsall, usually about 3 degrees under. Villa Matautia drives forward, the big Western Samoan, pushes the tacklers off. Paul finally brings him down. Saints first attack virtually on the Bradford line. Chris Joint, oh, super tackle there on Joint, and he's playing out of his skin, his Joint. He's going to be watched. Golding puts a tester up. It's high ball. Prescott's there. Simpson's there. Prescott knocks it back. Oh, it's a try. Fogarty right under the sticks. He can't believe it. He turns round. It's right under the sticks, and Fogarty opens the scoring for the Saints. That was a testing kick by Bobby Golding. It didn't look as though he connected with it properly initially. It just seemed to go right up in the air. Not much forward impetus, but Steve Prescott was following it up. Knocked it back, Adam Fogarty there, all he had to do was catch it in the old bread basket, fell over the line, and Saints up there with a try on the board after 4 minutes. I reckon I could kick it from this distance. 4-0 at present. Golding slots it, yes, that's a good kick. Right between the uprights, Saints on the way at 6 points to 0. The second time in a week that the Saints have been on television. On BBC last week at Cougar Park, and it's a pity the BBC don't offer Micron the same facilities that Sky do. Excellent facilities by Sky, to enable us to film every game, but unfortunately the BBC and the Wisdom wouldn't let us film it. But there we go. Bradford kick off, and it's directly into touch, so that's a penalty on the halfway line. And if there is a stiff breeze behind, whether Bobby will attempt to have a go at goal. It is a fair old way down to that goal. No, kicking for the open side. Excellent kick by Golding, finds touch on the 20. So Saints now with a set of 6 and 20 metres from the Bradford try line. Already up by 6 points to 0. Fogarty the try scorer. First man in, Eugene Bourneville, and the hooker Jason Donoghue. Based in St Helens is Donoghue, along with Tommy Hodgkinson, who was hooker, but Donoghue taking his place. Saints attacking again, moving it left. Hammond looking for the runners. Pickavance's there, he's lost possession. Loose forward, Wilson quickly on it. And Saints making the mistake. Bradford capitalise on it, and Carl Hall looking for the way through. But joint round the top, and in form Loughlin round the legs. Halt is progress. Obviously a noticeable absentee, Paul Newlove. Never seems to play against the Saints, Newlove. I don't know why, but rumour going round that he's injured. Oh, Simpson. Oh, Simpson's away. Versatile character, this Simpson. Moving it well. Saints have to come in quickly. It's Prescott that brings him down. He did well. Paul, the captain, quickly up there. Prescott comes in and puts Paul down again. Well, that was a little bit high there as the Saints man moved in. I don't know who it was. Was it Andy Northey? It certainly looked a little bit high as Paul tried to scamper away. I don't know whether he actually connected with him. But Russell Smith just having a word with the player, just telling both sides to calm down. Well, the Bradford man's on with the water, but it doesn't look as though anybody wants it. But the touch judge, speaking to the touch judge, the referee, we know there was a rather exuberant tackle, and it is Andy Northey going to be spoken to. I was going to say in the presence of Bobby Golding, but he doesn't need him. He's ushered Golding away. He's just telling Andy Northey, keep it down, my son. You can buy me a pint after. But Northey the chest. An excellent replacement for Scott Gibbs. Always likes being in the starting 13, does Andy. But Bradford have the penalty. Yep. Electing to fine touch, not going for the 2 points, only trailing by 6 points to 0, but they've got a set of 6, they're 10 metres from the Saints line. Donoghue onto Andy Ireland, this ex-Widnes prop forward. So Bradford obviously have faith in their ability to penetrate the Saints line. 2 tackles gone on the third. Solid tackling again. The Saints line holding intact. Well, that's an incorrect play of the ball. Bobby Golding moving in, closing down. Simpson turns it back inside. Nathan Graham, he's held out short. Loughlin and Golding force him back. Loughlin G in his side up, you can hear him shouting. Well, that's a forward pass onto Bourneville, not picked up by the referee. It's the last one of this set of 6. Robbie Paul chips it. Oh, too deep. Too deep there by Robbie Paul, so that wasted there. They could have had 2 points possibly. They could have had the ball back from the kick-off and another set of 6 to move up into Saints territory. They chose to fine touch and it didn't come off for them. Go Dwyer. Well, offside is referee Russell Smith's indication, allowing Saints advantage, but the Bradford Bulls moving up too quickly. Bobby Golding takes it quickly, makes about 10 metres. Cunningham will restart. And Bradford looking to avenge an opening game of the season defeat at Nosey Road, 55 points to 10. That was a game which was shown on Sky and recorded for the Sunday evening, but now we're here at Oddsall live. Actually, the Sky cameras are here live this evening. We know you like listening to the Micron video, watching the Micron video. Saints move it towards the Bradford line. 6 points to 0. They're in the lead. Moving it quickly across the line. Looking to open a gap in the Bulls' defence. Saints keep it going. Good crisp handling. Northey sees the gap. He drives for the line. Chest down. Drives it in. Dips the shoulder. Looking to shrug the tacklers off. Hammond. Goulding. Looking for runners. Pick of hands. Oh yes, it's Cunningham. He has the ball knocked out of his hand as he went to go for touchdown. All he had to do was drop over the line. And the severity of the Bradford tackle actually knocked the ball out of his hand. So 6 points going a begging there as Bradford come away with it. Will that be an important miss as far as St Helens are concerned? Gary Christie, he comes away. Donoghue at dummy half. Shapes to go right, brings it on the blind side. Oh, that's good tackling there by Northey. In with the shoulder and pulls the man down. St John Ellis going through. Bernard Dwyer goes in for the tackle, but Saints are penalised for offside. St John Ellis, the ex-Castleford Flyer, he's played at full-back and on the wing and been over to Australia, but it didn't work out for him, and Bradford Bulls have snapped him up. And Bradford look as though they're going to go for goal this time. Well, change of plan B, from a further out position. But St John Ellis, who kicked 5 goals in Bradford's 22 points to 0 defeat of Sheffield in the Regal last weekend. He also scored a try. He's looking to get Bradford's first points of the evening. 12.5 minutes gone, and the score at present, Bradford 0, Saints 6. That waved away by the touch judges, and the ball carrying dead, so Saints will have to drop out from the centre of the 20, give Bradford possession. Good deep kick there. Roger Simpson touches it, it's all on. Saints will follow it up. Lively competitor this Simpson. Not the biggest of blokes in stature, but my word, he can duck under the tattle, and what a turn of pace he's got. Bradford again. The Bulls driving it forward, yet to score this evening. 6-0 the trailing. Andy Ireland looking to unload. Saints tackling's got to be paramount. Round the legs, one stopping the ball being sprayed out. As Robbie Paul, carbon copy of his brother Henry, who's very successful at Wigan. But the Bulls are bringing it down the left side. Second row man there, Simon Knox, good drive. Now it's on to Wilson, the loose forward. He puts a testing kick up. Sullivan's coming in for it, but Bradford have it, and Loughlin completes the tackle. That was the 6th, and that was certainly a waste of a kick. Anthony Sullivan looking for the way through. 14 in the league, plus 4 for Wales in the World Cup. At the top there with 18 tries, along with Wigan's Martin Offiah. So a healthy competition at the top of the table. Bernard Dwyer there, not allowed to get up. Jason Donoghue, I think, the man that was holding him down. A penalty to the Saints. And Cunningham wants to get things underway. Came close minutes ago, did Cunningham. He could have just fell over the line. He was actually over the line, couldn't touch it down. Ferocity of the tacklers, joint onto Loughlin, looking for Sullivan, but the ball comes back. Steve Prescott gathers it. I think Anthony Sullivan may have just overrun Paul Loughlin on that occasion, but it was joint again running out wide. Now it's Loughlin. About 29 years of age, had a testimonial a season or so ago. Matautia up within 10 metres. Bradford forced to defend. Saints going to spread it to the right. Goulding, lovely ball to Northey. Can he squeeze it out to Joey Hayes? He can. Oh, that's a super try. That's a superb effort. And Joey Hayes goes in for Saints' second try after 15 minutes. Sheer persistence by the Saints as they drove it upfield. It was brought on the short side to Andy Northey. The powerful centre took it well. Drove for the corner. Joey Hayes moved inside, and a superb little offload from Andy Northey onto Joey Hayes. No problem. Hayes touches down for his 7th of the season. And wasn't that an excellent little offload? So Bobby Goulding now strikes it well, right between the uprights. His 2nd of the evening. And Saints move into a 12 points to 0 lead. An excellent start by the Saints. Eric Hughes will be pleased as punch. No doubt Brian Smith, a cool, calm and collected character. He'll be passing messages down. The Bradford defence will have to tighten up. And Saints though with 12 points to 0 up, and realistically there it should have been 18, shouldn't it? As Anthony Sullivan looks for the gap. Eugene Bourneville in there along with Paul Medley. But Saints run it again. Scott Gibbs in for an exploratory operation on his knee. Sonny Nicholl also injured. Dean Busby unable to play this evening. Apollo Perolini back, he's on the bench. So quite a pleasant headache for Eric Hughes. As Saints move it, a good long cut-out pass to Paul Loughlin. Taken there, Gary Christie, Carl Hall, they come in to complete the tackle. Sullivan at dummy half. Bobby Golding puts it high. Saints move up for it. Well taken there in the end by Simon Knox. And Nathan Graham scampers away from acting half. Steve Prescott following that ball up, that kick from Bobby Golding, brings the tackle off. He'll have to get back in the full-back position as Bradford are pressing up. Always a side that can break defences of Bradford. They spread the ball out there again. Jason Donoghue, ex-Lee scrum half, revelling in the role here at hooker at Odsal. Short ball. St. John Ellis, no way through for him this time. Northey bounces into the earth. Wilson with the testing kick. Prescott takes it well under a lot of attention from Robbie Paul. I think it was Robbie Paul anyway that moved up quickly. Looks like Joey Hayes there going in. No, but yes it is. Cunningham turns it in field via Matautia. Big powerful Western Samoan. He unloads. Saints keep it going. Hammond the man there that came through. Saints up to halfway, in the lead by 12 points to 0 as Chris Joint running extremely hot is Chris Joint. Last one of the sequence. Bobby Golding gives the dummy, then he unloads it. Bradford pick up the loose ball. It would have been the turnover anyway. The referee rules it was the turnover. The plan B not going to plan there. Simpson gets it away. Donoghue up to the halfway. Bradford got to get their act together, got to try and get points on the board. Carlos Hassan scampers away. Valuable 10-metre run from this lad. Good tackling by the Saints as they move in on Eugene Bourneville. Simpson attacked in half-back. Roger Simpson. Well, he's lost possession. The strength of the tackle there forced the ball out. And Joey Hayes, well, he's being impeded. St. John Ellis impeded him there. He's going to be spoken to by the referee. That's an infringement. It's a penalty to the Saints. Kicking out before the ball was played. He's obviously had a word with St. John Ellis in passing. But Joey Hayes just taking a knock there. So frustration there, I think, from St. John Ellis. Fogarty. Wilson, Bourneville and Medley in. And Brian Smith certainly having a clear out here at Bradford. He knows what he wants. Plenty of youth in his side. Chris Joint, well taken. Carl Hall brings him to earth. Sullivan at dummy half, he turns it in field. Saints moving it across. Golding changes the point of attack, brings in Adam Fogarty. But the Bradford defence up to the task this time. Knox and Bourneville. Cunningham sees the gap, turns in the tackle. Andy Ireland wrestles him down. Saints have the 12-point cushion as Golding puts the high ball up. Play on, says the referee. Well, it's loose, it's come back. Is that offside? The Saints spectators seem to think so. The referees let play go on, and a great run there. Good run, good play to the whistle there by Jason Donoghue. Certainly looks as though it had come off a Bradford Northern player, but Bradford, I beg your pardon, a Bradford Bulls player. Good work by Simpson. Bradford moving it now. They need points on the board. They've lost possession. Cunningham now flicks it out to Joey Hayes. Hayes again down the wing. Oh, just as his ankle tapped. That was a try-saving ankle tap there. Was it St John Ellis that tapped him? Can Saints move it quickly? Andy Northey in the Bradford 20. Saints move it left. Right across the wing. Golding turns it inside to Joint. He was looking to unload it to Hammond, but he was well taken down. Hammond again, scampers away. Matautia again. Matautia inches short. Is that a try? It is, it's a try. My word, didn't he do well there, the big Western Samoan. 22 minutes on the clock, and a great drive upfield by the Saints. Hammond started it off, took it up centre, unloaded it, and the big Western Samoan came through via Matautia. He pushed two tacklers off, and he was right by the line, and he just stretched forward and stretched over just slightly out of our view, but referee Russell Smith was right on the job. Saints register the third try in the space of 22 minutes. Golding well positioned on the little plastic tee that he uses so well. Right between the sticks, no problem. The touch judges raise the flags. Golding's third goal of the evening. 60 goals already in the season, so that's 63. And he kicked 13, I think it is, for England in the World Cup. So Saints off to a flyer, aren't they? 22 minutes gone, 18 points to 0 they lead. And the old Bulls don't know what's hit them. And also one from Cunningham that went to begging. And Bradford and Saints clashes of, well, Saints lose possession. Bradford come away, they're going to register the first points. Is he over? It certainly looks as though he is. It's Carlos Hassan. It's going to be a try. Well, the referee is going having a word with the touch judge. He's not happy with it. He's not pointing to it. He's going back now. Russell Smith, I think he'd surely point to the try. Yes, I thought he would. Saints lost ball possession, and Bradford come up there. That's the way to do it, as they say. Hassan capitalise on a lapse in the Saints attack. They had the possession. They was deep in their own 20, or just outside their own 20, and they lost possession in the tackle. Hassan picked it up, and the Saints defence couldn't get over quickly enough, and Bradford registered the first points. Carlos Hassan, the 4-pointer. St John Ellis, left footer. Yes, good kick from St John Ellis. $18 points to 6 now. St John Ellis goes the Hassan try. Will that give Bradford a little bit of a boost? Trailing by 18-0, it should have been 24 points to 0. Loose play by the Saints. Hassan nipped in. St John Ellis scored it. Great try there. Good capitalisation of loose play. And Bradford 6, Saints 18. Simpson from that deep kick. Certainly they've been full of running of Bradford. Simpson's run well. The hooker, Donoghue, he's run well as well. And the Saints now hope to contain Bradford in their own 20. They move it over to the right, Carl Hall. And all players here at Bradford, obviously they're fighting for the place. And a lot of speculation now with Brian Smith having a bit of a clear out this week. So all players have got to be on the mettle, and I'm no doubt, well, that's a great tackle by Matauti around the chest. Round the chest there, and may have slid up, but it was on the ball carrying hand. He certainly comes in and he knows how to tackle him, does Matautia. Comes in at full pace. He's being waved away. We'd like to have a look at that again on the video, but Russell Smith, well, he wants everybody away. He's going to speak to Matautia. He's getting the card out of the pocket. And what colour card is it? Well, it's a red card. He's deemed that tackle was a high tackle. Well, I would disagree with him there. The man there, he got up. There's no problem about that. But Matautia sensationally sent off in the 26th minute for an alleged high tackle. He certainly knows how to tackle him, does Veer. But Saints down to 12 men for the rest of the game. That's 14 minutes of the first half and a full 40 of the second period. They have an 18 points to 6 lead. Will it be enough? Saints certainly starting off like house on fire. And referee Russell Smith, not renowned for holding back, but he's ruled it was a high tackle. Eugene Bourneville was the man, I think, that felt the full force of it. But he got up straight away. I think it came off the ball carrying hand, but referee Smith didn't. And I'm sure he takes no notice of me. Donahue moves it right. Robbie Paul, well taken by the jersey there. The referee points to his jersey. It was a jersey. It was Lachlan that Pickervans that wrestled him down. Simpson. This will give Bradford the impetus that they need. They're trailing by 18 points to 6. They have 13 against 12 as Donahue tries to chip it through. Touched a Saints player. I think it was Bernard Dwyer. He knocked it back, and I think it was Ian Pickervans that picked it up. Saints unload. Change of the point of attack. Andy Northey. Saints were bringing it over to the right. Northey wanted to move it back over to the left. They move it left now. St. John Ellis in the tackle, along with Wilson, I think it is. Well, that's Fogarty. Drives the hard yards, does Fogarty. Base to Halifax. Now it's Chris Joint. Joint still driving forward. Robbie Paul and Knox on his back. Goal in, well, it's charged down that. Will it be another set of 6? Referee just out of our sight as Steve Prescott moves over. The referee must have waved the tackle count clean as Sullivan looking for a little bit of space, looking for clear yardage. Nathan Graham, Jason Donahue in at the tackle. Kieran Cunningham scampers away. Cunningham moves the ball into the other hand as he drives forward to give the handoff. Substitute on there for Bradford, Brian McDermott. That's Bernard Dwyer. He has the possession. Cunningham at dummy half. It's moved left. Ian Pickervans. Pickervans unloads to Chris Joint. Joint support there from Hammond. Well, Bourneville going over the top. He didn't connect. And Saints moving it. They're in the Bradford 20. It's Fogarty. Fogarty looking for support. Prescott's there. Prescott chips it. Oh, it's knocked down. Yes. Well handled by Simon Knox. Well, that certainly looked a little bit high as Fogarty came in, and the referee's going to speak to him, I think. The touch judge is on. It was Knox, I think, that caught that ball. Did well with it as Prescott tried to chip it over the top. Fogarty certainly caught him one as he came down. The touch judge on, reporting to Russell Smith. And is Russell Smith going to reach for his pocket again? Bobby Golding's there having a word with him, but Russell Smith just seeing how the injured player is before he makes a decision, is he? Well, he's given the penalty, obviously, for a stiff arm, a high tackle. Well, for me, that was no different than Matautia's. I didn't even think Matautia's was high. That certainly was high. And that's Wilson, I think, that finds touch. So David Lyon, I think, is 15. He's actually got Phil Waring coming on, but the substitute is Brian McDermott on for Andy Ireland. Bradford have the possession. Paul Loughlin being substituted. Jason Donoghue in possession. Moves it on to McDermott, usually slips in at loose forward. Reshuffle in the Bradford pack. Last tackle of the sequence for Bradford. They're looking for the points. Robbie Paul puts a tester. It's too deep, that. Well, it would have been too deep, but Joey Hayes made sure and chipped it dead. Pressure there on the Saints line by Bradford. Couple of penalties in quick succession awarded to Bradford, and there's good yardage there as they make the way down. They're trailing by 18 points to 6. There's 8 minutes remaining in this first half. And Bobby Golding will drop out from between the posts. Good kick by Golding, fully 55 metres, taken by Nathan Graham. He makes good forward impetus there. Hammond and Dwyer bring him down. Now it's Simpson, Roger Simpson. Certainly can get through the tackles, this lad. Donoghue for the Bulls. Second row man Medley. Centre field, 15 metres out. Bradford pressing, they need the points. McDermott stretches for the line, a metre short. Donoghue at dummy half. Bradford move it right. Run around movement with Paul, short ball there to Hall. Hall took it well, can Hall squeeze in? Oh, that's a great try. That's a great try by Hall after some feeble tackling by the Saints. And Hall goes in, even though Saints are down to 12 men, with Matautia sensationally sent off in the 26th minute. But Hall did well. Saints had hold of him, but couldn't keep hold of him. He broke out of the two tackles, twisted his way round and touched down behind the sticks. There you go, no problem. The touch judges raise the flags. St John Ellis with the conversion to the Carl Hall try. Bradford are back in it at 18 points to 12. Or 12 points to 18 they trail. Saints kick it deep, yes, and an error there. It's gone dead off the player. He couldn't take hold of it. Touched it in flight. So after Bradford coming up with a 6-pointer, Saints kick off quickly, put pressure on Bradford, and an unforced error in the in-goal area. The ball goes dead, and Saints have possession back. Anthony Sullivan got to keep him fit. Sullivan again! Oh, Sullivan! He kicks again, he drives forward, he sidesteps. The tackling had to be firm there, and it was St John Ellis that came in. Saints now with another 5 tackles. Cunningham looking for support. Hammond. Prescott came up through. Hammond couldn't release it. Cunningham brings it on the short side. A host of Bradford tacklers. 5 metres from the Bradford line. Saints got to get points on the board. Pickavance wrestling his way forward. 5 metres now. Saints with 12 men. Golding, oh, short ball. Joint couldn't take it. David Lyon did actually touch it down. But another attack there from Saints. Comes away with nothing. In the last 5 minutes of the first half, Bradford 12, Saints 18. McDermott driving through there, I think, is it? No, it was Eugene Bourneville, I beg your pardon. Dwyer, Pickavance and Fogarty in at the tackle. Nathan Graham attacked in half. Saints going in hard at the tackle. Bradford has certainly found the legs now. They've got 2 tries in quick succession in the space of 9 minutes. Hassan and Hall, they have the possession. There's McDermott. Robbie Paul chips it through. No problem for Sullivan. Well, I'm saying no problem. A mix-up there with Sullivan and Golding. Golding was covering Sullivan. Sullivan knocked it forward. Bradford had the possession. Then another set of 6. They're within 10 metres of the Saints line. And they're only a metre short of the try line there. Roger Simpson will have to be watched. It's out there to Hassan, already scored 1. Donoghue attacked in half. Saints defence going to be tested here. Bradford looking to tie the scores up at 18 points apiece. Paul unloads to Simpson. Simpson going for the line. 5 metres short. 2 more tackles, we think. Donoghue moves it wide. Nathan Graham onto Medley. Oh, Medley chips it up for Hall, but Sullivan intercepts it. He redeems himself there. But Saints have a lot of spade work. They're at the wrong end of the field. There's 3 minutes of the first half remaining. Sullivan sees the gap, puts the gas pedal down. Good tackle by Medley. David Lyon, been on loan at Sheffield Eagles. First match for the Saints this season. Couldn't sort his contractual problem out. I believe special dispensation's going to be made. Certainly a class player is David Lyon, one that you can't afford to lose. An attempted drop goal. Very speculative, we could say, there, from that distance. But Bradford will restart from the centre of the 20. Certainly an exciting first half. 3 tries to Saints, 2 to Bradford, all converted. And approaching the half-time interval, it's Bradford 12, St Helens 18. Oh, good tackle there. Northey dips the shoulder in, and Northey again. Comes in on St John Ellis. He stops him, and Bernard Dwyer comes in to wrap him up over the top. Northey again. But Bradford spread it. St John Ellis gets through a lot of work. Got to move in. Medley. Robbie Paul. Paul breaks the tackle, tries to unload, keeps hold of it. Is it the last one of the sequence? Donoghue running it. No, it isn't. Has he lost possession? Oh, it is the turnover. Thought it was the last one of the sequence, wasn't quite sure. Didn't know whether the referee had raised his arm. Obviously he had. And Sullivan, he's coming for a lot of action. He gets the ball away to David Lyon. Lyon on for Paul Loughlin. Whether he has a slight injury, Loughlin, but he's certainly been an informed centre. Knox brings Sullivan down. Saints could do with a try before the half-time interval. It's approaching. They're in the lead, I beg your pardon, by 18 points to 12. As Joint goes for the line. Held down just short. Wants to get up and play it quickly. Golding knows the urgency. Saints move it right. It's unloaded to Prescott. Prescott sees the gap. Support inside. Fogarty, is it, or is Hammond? It was Hammond. Certainly looks similar, these two. And it's St John Ellis that covers up as the ball came back. Simpson, taken by Pickavance. Certainly end-to-end stuff. Exciting game. Only 1 converted try in it. And approaching the half-time interval. Medley. He makes good yardage. Cunningham brings him down. Donoghue attacked in half. Now it's Bradford's turn, up to the halfway line. Half a minute of stoppage time played. As Bradford chip it downfield. Joey Hayes, will he let it run? He's got to play it. Now can Hayes do a pearler here? Hayes breaks away. Puts the gas pedal down, up to the 20. Golding now. Knows the urgency, gives it to Prescott. Another speed merchant there, if they can get in the clear. There's the half-time hooter. Half-time here at Oddsall. Exciting game. Bradford trail by 18 points to 12. Tries in the first half from Fogarty, Hayes and Matautia. Both, all 3 converted by Golding. Then Hassan got one after loose play by Saints in the 24th minute. St John Ellis converted it. Matautia was sent off 2 minutes later, and then a great try by Hall 7 minutes before the interval. After some feeble tackling by the Saints, Hall wriggled out of 2 tackles, went behind the sticks. So the half-time score here at Oddsall is Bradford 12, the Saints 18. Not overawed by the situation. It's a one-off game. Just got to get in there, mix it. They took a 12 points to nil lead. St showed character, came back, and now Loughlin looking to claw 2 points back. Well, it's gone to the right. There's the half-time hooter. The home supporters must be delighted. Both teams come off for a well-earned half-time break. The half-time score here at Leeds Road, Huddersfield. Huddersfield 12, Saints 6. Tries from Pusil and Flanagan. Both goal by Pearce. And the Saints points coming from a joint try, goal by Loughlin. Half-time 12-6. Join us shortly. While we was having the interval, I've just been remonstrated by my friendly neighbourhood boss for slipping into bad ways. Obviously I'm doing a joint commentary this evening for Bradford and St Helens, and you know where my allegiance lies, obviously with the red and whites, and I've just got to be a little more impartial in the second half. What I was saying before about Matauti, I still think it wasn't a high tackle, but the referee was in a better position than me, and he's ruled it so. So I apologise to all our Bradford viewers, and I'll see if I can help you out a little bit in the second half. But at half-time, it's Bradford 12, St Helens 18. Saints to kick off. The referee Russell Smith gets things underway. Saints down to 12 men, with Matautia being sent off in the 26th minute. And no doubt Brian Smith will have read the riot act at half-time. Eric Hughes will have had gentle words with his troops, as he does. And Saints 12 men have got to try and hold the Bradford 13 for the 40. Two excellent tries by Bradford in the last quarter of the game. Or the last half of the first half. As Bradford move it crossfield. Northey and Hammond in at the tackle. Donoghue at the acting half-back. He moves it on the blind side. The touch judges there telling the sides to break away, the players to break away. A tester by Bradford. Well taken on the run by Steve Prescott. What a great tackle there as Bradford move in. Carl Hall it was. He was the first man there. Now it's David Lyon, ducks under a swinging arm as Bradford move in. Lyon gets up to the 20. Cunningham scampers away. Can that try of Cunningham, which, I beg your pardon, it was Sullivan that I think. Yes, it was Sullivan. Well, they are a good distance away. But Saints move it quickly. Hammond. Out to Joey Hayes. Joey Hayes puts it back inside to Northey. Northey drives downfield. Can he break out of the tackle? He can't. Golding wants a quick play the ball. Saints need to get points on the board. Quick hands is the order of the day. The ball should have gone. It has now. Quick hands again. Prescott took it well. Bradford covers there. Loose forward, Wilson in. Last tackle of the sequence. Saints bring it on the blind side. Joint chips it through. Will it have to be knocked dead? It isn't, it runs dead. Well flighted ball there by Chris Joint, but Gary Christie lets it run dead. Too much beef on it. As I was just saying, when Saints were pressing, will that mistry of Cunningham's be a decider? Still a tight game. 12 to Bradford, 18 to Saints. Last season in the league at Nosey Road, Saints came through winners by 36 points to 27. Here at Oddsall, as Bradford lose possession, it's going to be a scrum down for the knock-on, as Medley regathers the ball that he'd knocked forward. But here at Oddsall last season, Saints came away with a hefty win at 51 points to 12. Saints in the lead this evening at 18-12. Scrum down. Saints feed Bobby Golding. He moves it out. The Bulls move up quickly. Simpson there as well. Loose forward. Wilson. Carl Hall, and it's Northey again. Takes 4 men to bring him down. Big, strong centre, this lad Northey. Lyon attacked in half. Adam Fogarty. Fogarty breaks out of the tackle. Kicks the legs again. Moves upfield. Joint running with a purpose. 10 metres short. Cunningham inside. Golding. Dwyer. Centre field. Last one of the sequence. Cunningham again onto Bobby Golding. Yes, Golding out to Northey. Well, Northey, this man, he's all over the pitch, isn't he? And that's a superb effort in the 3rd minute of the second half, as the Saints needed to get over the try line, needed to get over the whitewash. Northey with the try, his 2nd try of the season, and that Northey's been over here on the left, over there on the right. I mean, these players now, the 12-man Saints, have got to run on every blade of grass in this Hodsdale pitch, and that'll be a bitter disappointment with Saints to Brian Smith and his team with 10-point cushion. 3 minutes into the second 40. Saints down to 12 men. Matautia sent off in the 26th minute. And St John Ellis looking to get things underway. Bernard Dwyer stops it from the restart. Carl Hall comes in. The touch judge asks the players to separate. Fogarty, diagonal run, pushes the tacklers off, looking to unload. He gets it away to Cunningham in support. Cunningham to Hammond. Hammond changes direction, moves it over to the right. Pickervance now comes back centre field, looking for support again. He's up to the halfway line. Cunningham scampers away. Was that an incorrect play of the ball? Is that what the referee's ruling? Oh no, he's ruling that Bradford were pushing Pickervance down in his efforts to get up. Holding the leg is actually the indication. A penalty to St Helens. Good kick by Golding. Cunningham will restart. And Fogarty again, fuller running this big lad. Well, the ball comes out to the back. And Saints spread it quickly. It's Northey again. Full of determination. Sullivan has to turn it back inside, but it's picked up by a Bradford pair of hands. It was the only thing that Anthony Sullivan could do. He had to turn it back over his head. Alan Wilson was in a fortunate position to take it well. There was a host of Saints players round him, but it was Wilson that came up with it. Bradford in their own 20, have the possession. Live wire, Roger Simpson. Donoghue at half-back. Substitute Brian McDermott. And Bradford hitting the straps again, looking to gain the yardage. Donoghue breaks out of the tackle, he unloads to Eugene Boneville, who spreads it out to the left. Paul, that was a forward pass, definitely a forward pass from our angle. The referee, he was further back, he picked it out. It's the first one he's picked out this evening, but yes, that was definitely a forward. Scrum down, Saints speed just inside the Bradford half. Just having words with the cameraman here, my friendly neighbourhood boss. The Saints break quickly, good driving by Lyon. Looking to spread it out to Anthony Sullivan, but the tacklers came in. Prescott up. Saints pushing now, pushing hard on this Bradford defence. Chris Joint within 8 metres now, we can say, of the line. Bernard Dwyer 3 metres short. Bobby Golding moves it right. Ian Pickervance loses possession. And Bradford spread it quickly. Hassan, no support. Now he has Robbie Paul with him. Cunningham wraps him up. Bradford certainly look a little bereft of ideas in their own 20. They have the possession as Nathan Graham comes away with it. Simpson now, here's one man that could open this Saints defence. Live wire, 3/4. Donoghue, there's another man that's full of running this evening. Both these hookers, Donoghue and Cunningham, they're doing the business, quickly break away, and Bradford there from virtually on their own line up to the halfway line and just penetrating it now. Paul, good running, last tackle of the sequence. Some talent in this Paul family, isn't there? The ball going back for the kick upfield. Wilson puts the tester. Well, Prescott lost possession. It came back, and Joey Hayes in a fortunate position. Very fortunate for the Saints there. Wilson put the kick up. Prescott took it. Wilson came in, tackled him. The ball squirted out. It went back. Joey Hayes was there, and Saints lived to fight another day. I was just going to say there would be snow on that when it came down. It wouldn't surprise you here. It's about 3 degrees under here at Oddsall. And it's the season will be over next season at this time of the year. Fogarty just short of the halfway. Solid tackling again. Robbie Paul got through a host of tackling this evening. He is the captain for the evening as Bobby Golding chips it through onto Simpson. Good take by Simpson. Breaks out of one tackle. 10 metres short of the halfway line. Bradford in possession, trailing by 22 points to 12. 10 minutes have gone in this second half, and Bradford drive again. They've lost the possession. It has gone back, that. Well, the referee's ruling a knock-on. I disagree with him there. Bradford are hard done by. The touch judge seems to have given that indication to scrum down with the Saints feed. Somebody spoken out of turn, I think. Oh no, somebody injured. Bernard Dwyer, blood streaming from his nose, his lip there. He wants to be, or he has to be cleaned up by Jeanette Smith, the Saints physio. I think Bradford were hard done by there. It certainly looks as though the ball had gone backwards. Referee in a better position, touch judge in a better position. Saints have feed from the scrum. Golding brings it blindside. They bring him over to touch. He's just held infield. Medley there, the tackler. Now it's with Sullivan. Robbie Paul and Medley again. And he certainly led a captain's part this evening, Robbie Paul. Brian Smith obviously got faith in him. Chris Morley on as a substitute now. Just having his first touch of the ball. Maybe he's on as a, I was going to say maybe he's on for Bernard Dwyer, but Bernard Dwyer's there in the thick of the action. Saints keep the ball moving. 5 metres or less from the Bradford line. Cunningham! Brought down short again, just in the field of play. Joey Hayes turns it in. Hammond with the dummy. Puts it out to the back door. And it slips up, and the Bradford player goes down heavily. The referee right on the job. He's waving everybody away. He certainly went down heavy, that Bradford player. He went for the ball, it came out of the back door. Everybody's being waved away. The referee's reaching for his pocket. It's Andy Northey, and it's another red card. Northey is sent off. Well, my word. Saints down to 11. 52 minutes now. Northey sent off. Well, it's going to be hard for the Saints tonight, isn't it? They're leading by 10 points, 22 points to 12. 52 minutes now. Northey sent off. Well, it's going to be hard for the Saints tonight, isn't it? They're leading by 10 points, 22 points to 12. And Northey sent off in the 52nd minute for a high tackle. It's a good while since we've had 2 players sent off, or since Saints have had 2 players sent off. I think the last time was at Hull Kingston Rovers. And that was Sonny Nicol and Alan Hunt got sent off. Colin Morris was the man involved that time. High tackle indicated. He did have a word with Andy Northey before, and maybe that's swayed his judgment. But it's loose forward Alan Wilson. Going to find touch on the main stand side. This is going to be a test of the Saints' character now, isn't it? 23 minutes of 27 minutes, I beg your pardon, of this second half remaining. Saints down to 11, the Bradford 13. Mind you, we know what happened at Leeds, don't we, in the Premiership playoff last season. Leeds were down to 11 at one stage and they ended up scoring, beating the 13-man Saints. Simpson gone down injured. Bernard Dwyer calling for... well, he's getting up to play the ball, but he's still going to need treatment. Prop forward, big forward Alan Boothroyd on for the Bulls. Robbie Paul working his magic, trying to work his magic anyway. David Lyon along with Chris Joint. Bobby Golding underneath. Jason Donoghue chips it through. The ball fortunately touched the Saints player, comes back in the hands of Chris Joint. Sullivan taken by Donoghue. David Lyon with a clear passage, gains 15 valuable metres. All yards are certainly going to be hard this evening for the Saints in the remaining 25 minutes of the game. Chris Morley. Certainly strength of character is going to come out. Pride of wearing the red and white jersey is going to be paramount. The ball put downfield, picked up by the Bulls, Gary Christie. The Bulls trail by 22 points to 12. Simpson now back in full flight. It's amazing what a cold sponge on this bitterly cold evening does, isn't it? Another substitute there, John Scales, ex-Leeds man, on for the Bulls as Brian Smith puts his substitutes on. Fresh legs, fresh men, 25 minutes remaining, and Saints down to 11 players. Paul chips it through. Oh, superbly taken by Steve Prescott. Pushes two tacklers off. Prescott down the wing, losing his footing. Gets up again, but Christie redeems himself. Robbie Paul, who put that kick through in the first place, comes in again, and hasn't Robbie Paul had an excellent game? Sullivan bamboozling the Bradford defence. Boothroyd comes in to the tackle, and Saints move it again. Just inside the Bradford half, Chris Joint brought down. Golding. Pick of hands that looks like. Phil Waring on there in the number 14 for the Saints as Cunningham moves away. Cunningham again. Boothroyd brings him down. Nathan Graham round the top. Saints play it quickly. Hammond. Golding. Golding goes for the drop. Is that a drop goal? It's waved away. Golding looking for the one-pointer while he was down there. Saints certainly could do with at least another 3. It means Bradford would have to score twice, well 3 times actually. 10 points separating the sides at the time. 16 minutes of the second half have gone. Carl Hall running strongly. Now it's with Wilson. Good ball there to Eugene Bourneville. Phil Waring, Kieran Cunningham into the tackle. Mauling at the play the ball. Waring not getting up quickly enough. Obviously Saints have got to try and slow the Bradford play down, but illegally that time. Wilson will kick for the open side. He finds touch just short of the 20. Well, he finds it on the 20. Super kick there by Wilson. Bradford now a set of 6, 20 metres from the Saints line. 13 players to 11. Looking to reduce the deficit somewhat. 10 points separating the sides. Donoghue brings it blind. Carl Hall jumps into the tackle there. Held up strongly. Quick transference of the ball is Bradford's idea. If they move it over, they've lost possession. It must be a knock-on. Which way is he going to give it? Is it 2 knock-ons? Oh, well, it's a penalty to the Saints. Bradford there obviously doing a bit of mouthing. They felt they'd been hard done to. They certainly are now. Bobby Golding just tells referee Russell Smith he's going to kick for a touch on the open side. And Bradford there, all they've got to do really, I mean, it's all right me saying, but they've got to do it on the field. Saints with 11 men, Bradford with 13. They've just got to move the ball quickly, push it right along the line, and the overlap should come, shouldn't it? Chris Morley. Can Saints hold out? 22 minutes remaining. They lead by 10. 22 points to 12 is the score. Strength of character is going to be paramount. 2 players sent off, Matautia and Nordy. Offside Bradford. Saints play it quickly. And 2 penalties in quick succession for St Helens. And the Bradford spectators just getting a little irritated with their own side and obviously with referee Russell Smith. Dwyer. Come on you Saints is the cry from the travelling spectators. Over here in Yorkshire again is Chris Joint. He's brought down 15 metres short. Cries for a high tackle. The referee says it was round the chest. Cunningham with a loose ball, tidied up there by Anthony Sullivan. Cunningham hits the straps again, tries to push the defenders off. Gary Christie coming in. He makes the tackle. Eugene Boneville there. And now Dwyer. Golding changes the point of attack. Golding again. The little man 5 metres short. Last tackle of the sequence. Saints are going to run it. They take it centre field. Waring chips it through. It's in the post. And Bradford had the possession. Well, a well-angled kick by Waring. It hit the post. Could have gone anywhere. St John Ellis now coming away with it after Bradford have saved the situation. Good tackle by Chris Joint. Clamped the man. Wilson, the loose forward. He brings it away. John Scales, speed merchant. A little bit of clear space and he'll be away. Saints defence has got to tighten up. The 11-man defence. Dwyer again. A little bit of claret round the nose. There's Donahue. Good kick for yardage. Is it going to go touching goal? Is it going to go dead? It certainly is just certainly a well-weighted kick and just rolling over the dead ball line. Saints will restart from the centre of the 20. In the last quarter now, 20 minutes gone, 20 to go. Joey Hayes taken down by Scales. Just that one score by Northey in the 3rd minute of the 2nd half. He was sent off 9 minutes later for a high tackle. Cunningham just getting a stray boot, a kick in the head. He's allowed to be treated. The ball is played and Sullivan comes away with it. Cunningham will receive some more treatment as Prescott steps up at the acting half. Worthing Lyon and Morley used, Apollo Perolini to come on. Eugene Boneville not getting up off Carl Hammond quickly enough. Saints players were remonstrating with the referee. They wanted him to take some action. He came over quickly, monitored the situation. Saints have the penalty. And a good kick. 20 metres from the Bradford line. Cunningham to restart. Bernard Dwyer. Sensationally put on the transfer list today at 95,000 at his own request. Chris Joint running hard. Joint again in a big hole. Brought down a metre short. Or 2 metres short. David Lyon spreads it. Golding along the line. This is what Bradford should have been doing. Hammond chips it for the corner. Is it too deep? It's a try. That's a try for Joey Hayes. That's his 2nd of the evening. Certainly that pulls the Saints onto the mire, doesn't it? Another 4 points there. Excellently executed. Bradford should be employing these tactics, but they aren't doing. They've a 2-man advantage. And Joey Hayes going in for his 2nd of the evening. Scrum down now. Saints feed. Bradford putting the ball directly into touch. Bouncing in the field of play. 26 points to 12. 5 tries to 2. Bradford again moving up. The Bulls Joey Hayes again, 30 metres away from his own line. David Lyon. The ball coming out, it's going to be ruled a knock-on. Bradford putting Saints under a lot of pressure. An unforced error, you could say, there, with the ball squirming out. Joey Hayes landed on it, but the ball had gone forward. Robbie Paul to feed. Bradford push it. Paul now out to Graham. Carl Hall, strong lad, the New Zealander. Scored one of Bradford's tries. Now it's Simpson coming across. Cunningham wraps him up. He turns in the tackle, he releases it to Donoghue. He's quickly brought to earth. Can Saints weather the storm? 15 minutes they've got to last out. They're leading by 14 points. 26-12. And can the 11-man Saints withstand the Bradford barrage? Saints show Bradford how it should have been done at the other end. Quick transference of the ball. McDermott there chipping it through. Good cover by the Saints. Certainly look lack of idea to the Bulls, to be quite honest. I know I'm supposed to be impartial, and I am sometimes. But all they have to do, quick transference of the ball, draw the Saints man in, draw the Saints defence in, and the points should come, shouldn't they? Boothroyd. 25 metres short of the Saints line. Bradford in possession. Another 5 tackles. Donoghue. Simpson sidesteps, tries to turn it back. The tackling's firm. Blindside ploy. Bradford again. Saints tackling has to be firm. It's got to be man and ball. It's got to be clamped. Eugene Boneville driving for the line, and metre short. Donoghue again, he's looking to the right. Boneville cabbages a yard. Now it goes to Simpson, looking for a bit of space. Simpson bobs, weaves, jinks. But the tackling there, well, the ball's loose. Donoghue comes up with it. It's going to be a knock-on. It's going to be a knock-on. Well, it's a turnover. It was on the 6th tackle. So Bradford, once again, certainly bereft of idea. The Saints come away with it. Good scampering. Joey Hayes turns in the tackle. Boothroyd wraps him up. Knox couldn't get the initial tackle. Certainly looked like a hint of a knock-on there as Cunningham moved up, but the referee didn't pick it up. The touch judges didn't pick it up, and we'll not grumble, will we? Well, a high tackle there as Bernard Dwyer was coming through. Players waved away. The referee going to speak to Carl Hall. He's telling him to keep it down, keep the tackles down. He turns round as Carl Hall apologises to the player concerned. A penalty to St Helens. And this is going to be a great win, isn't it, if the Saints can hold on for the final 12-13 minutes. They need points to stay at the top of the table. Obviously Bradford need points to climb up the table. Saints in third, losing 3 out of the 10 games played previous. Bradford have a 50% win and loss, 5 apiece, 5 losses, 5 wins. They're 6th in the table with 10 points. Wigan extending the lead at the top midweek, and obviously, as I said before, Halifax losing at London. So it shows you how valuable that Saints win at London at the Stoop was, after going behind 12 points to nil after only 10 minutes. But then a barrage of rugby there by the Saints, 28 scintillating points, or 38 scintillating points I should say, in a short space. Well, that's a quick turnaround. That's a try. That is a try by Steve Prescott, and doesn't he like that? And why shouldn't he as well? It didn't look as though there was anything on for the Saints as your friendly neighbourhood commentator was waffling on as he does, but the ball was chipped through the opposite diagonal, and Prescott, alert to the situation, went through there, touched it down, and that's thank you and good night, Bradford Bulls. 18 points to 12 they led at half-time, down to 12 men. Saints scored early in the 3rd minute of the second half. A try from Northey. He was sent off for an alleged high tackle. 9 minutes later, so Saints were roughing it, weren't they? 22-12 they led, and down to 11 men. But who is it that's come into the game? It's not Bradford, it's the Saints. It's been Saints all the way. They've led the charge. They've showed the Bradford Bulls what to do. 2 tries from Hayes and Prescott there. The latter converted by Golding, and now Saints have the lead by 32 points to 12. What a strength of character, what a pride in the jersey, what teamwork. Cunningham. And there was I bleating early on about Cunningham because his try that went to begging be crucial. I suppose it could have been. It's not going to be though, is it? Two hard-fought points in the Stones Bitter Centenary Championship table. The Saints fine touch. Scrum down, Bradford feed. 8 minutes and counting. Bradford 12, Saints 32. Referee Russell Smith just packing the scrum right by the bull. Robbie Paul feeds it inside. Gary Christie came in, and unfortunately the Bulls haven't fired tonight. Darren Simpson on there. On to Jason Donoghue. He certainly run hard. Paul has run hard. He's led by example, but unfortunately it hasn't come off for the Bulls. Furby to play. Forward pass given. Didn't look all that bad from our angle as Bradford were moving upfield, but I'm sure Saints will welcome that decision from referee Russell Smith. The game temporarily stopped. Is somebody going to be receiving treatment? Saints will welcome the break. Bradford just haven't got their act together this evening. Apollo Penolini coming on. Right in the prop forward position. Must have been Fogarty that's gone off. The Saints come away with ball possession. Bobby Golding. 3 Bulls tacklers. St. John Ellis leading the charge. Now it's Hammond. He gets up rather slowly. Cunningham moves it right. Penolini right in the action. Also along with Matautia, played for Western Samoa. Penolini scored 5 tries plus 1 for Western Samoa in the World Cup. And Saints move into Bradford territory. Cunningham plays it quickly. Joey Hayes attacked in half. Well, not a well-flighted kick, but it came cross-field. Sullivan went for it. Gary Christie came up with ball possession. And now it's Darren Simpson from the acting half breaking away. Freshman looking to penetrate the Saints defence, but if Bradford score 20 in the remaining, or well, they've got to score more than 20, haven't they? They're trailing by 20. I think if Bradford score 21 points in the remaining 5 minutes, I think it's a Burbottom and Woolies window job for me. But good driving there. Knox, Cunningham and Hammond in at the tackle. One-man rugby from Bradford, and that's been the downfall in this second half. The ball should have been spread. Numerical advantage to Bradford by 2. Deep kick. And the bounce of the ball going with the Saints, and it going dead. High kick, but too deep. Saints will restart from the centre of the 20. And this has been a great game in front of the Sky camera. Obviously not great as regards the 2 dismissals, but what a great character that the Saints have shown. And every man in that 17 team of the Saints, even though we've had 2 dismissals, certainly the 15 that's left should be really proud of themselves. Phil Waring Back to Phil Waring, does the loop movement. Back to Joey Hayes. Hayes again. Elusive man, ducks under the tackles. Saints spread it. Bobby Golding puts it to flight. Prescott's chasing it. Prescott's chased everything. Super take by Simpson on the run. And Bradford there, they're just not supporting the man with the ball. Simpson wants to play it quickly. Robbie Paul's there. Bradford now moving it crossfield. They turn it inside. Oh, but that's a good tackle there. Well read. Well read by Joint. He's pushed off by Darren Simpson. 4 minutes of normal time, and Perellini comes in with a cracker. Freshman Perellini puts his 16 stone into Darren Simpson, and he felt the full force of it, didn't he? Perellini, the Terminator, he's in again. What a performance by the red and whites. Be a lot of despair in the Bradford side, the spectators and also the team. Prescott has to run in touch with it. Nothing else he could do. Andy Northey there. Changed. Back into his civvies. Just urges Prescott on. He'll have been shouting there on the touchline. G in his side on. Robbie Paul from the base of the scrum. Darren Simpson. Bradford move it crossfield. Voluntary tackle. St John Ellis tripped up. Nathan Graham onto Robbie Paul now. Paul slips it out. Bradford now coming alive. They're within 10 metres of the Saints line. The first time they've been really within striking distance. McDermott, centre field, 5 metres short, gets it out to the back to St John Ellis. St John Ellis hits the post. Fortunately, Perellini was there. He pushed him back. If he hadn't been round the post there, St John Ellis had leaned over and scored. Roger Simpson. Oh, that's a good try by Simpson. Now that's capitalisation of numerical advantage there, and that's what Bradford should have been doing all in the second half. But they haven't had the nous to do it. But Simpson there's one player that's been outstanding in the Bradford side, along with Jason Donoghue. The others have run well, but it hasn't paid off for them. Saints 2 men shorter than Bradford. And that was easy, wasn't it? That's all Simpson had to do. Went in for the try. Made a hole in the defence. St John Ellis. He converts it. Makes it a little bit more respectable. Bradford 18, St Helens 32. And a minute plus any stoppage time. Golding to kick off, centre field. Well, Roger Simpson there, rightly awarded the Man of the Match award by the match day sponsor. He's been all over the field, Simpson. He's there, he catches the ball. He's certainly one that's looked the liveliest in the side. But unfortunately, the other 13 that's with him, or the other 12 that's with him, actually only 13 on the field at the time, haven't come up to fruition, have they? Knox taken down by Golding. Phil Waring's there as well. Well, he's still going his knocks. He gets the ball away to McDermott. McDermott turns it back. This is what Bradford should have been doing all the time, and now they're doing it and it's too late. We're approaching the 40th minute. Not much time to go. Saints have won the game 32 points to 18 after being down to 12 men, after being down to 11 men. 12 men in the 26th minute, and then 11 men from the 52nd minute. A great performance. Bradford is spreading it. Simpson onto Robbie Paul. He's wrapped up by Joint. Just waiting for the hooter now. It's 40 minutes gone on the clock. Not been much stoppage time. Donoghue chips it for the corner. Prescott, super work by Prescott. Kept it in. Donoghue came in for the killer punch. Darren Simpson had stopped the man. Now it's with Sullivan. Simpson in again. Simpson and Donoghue. Well, David Lyon just using the foil there. Well, what a win. The final hooter goes. 30 seconds of stoppage time played, and that's a great win for the Saints, isn't it? Both teams go to shake hands now. And what a great win by St Helens. Straight in the lead, 18 points to 12 at half-time. But Tautier sent off in the 26th minute. Second half was 3 minutes old. No, they got a try. Saints in the lead at 22-12. As I keep repeating, 9 minutes later he was sent off for a high tackle, but it wasn't Bradford that came into it. It was Saints that took the game by the scruff of the neck. 22 minutes, Hayes got a try after an astute kick through by Hammond. Then Prescott got a try after a lovely kick through on the opposite diagonal. Goulding converted the Prescott try. Saints were in command there at 32 points to 12. 3 minutes to the full time. Bradford got their act together there. It was too late. Simpson, the fullback, the Bradford man of the match, working the numerical advantage. He went over under the sticks. Sinjanelli scored it. That was the final score, 32 points to 18. A good, hard-working night for the Saints, and obviously pride in the jersey. Thanks for joining us. You've been with Micron Video. Join us for the next game. The final score here at Oddsall, Bradford 18, Saints 32.